Welcome, come on in, and let's unravel Anatoly Moskvin's dark secret. In the city of Nizhny Novgorod, there lived a man named Anatoly Moskvin. He was an extraordinary scholar, renowned for his expertise in Celtic history, folklore, and languages. His academic brilliance was widely admired, and he was well respected in the academic circles of the city. But behind the facade of brilliance lay an enigmatic darkness that nobody could have imagined. Anatoly's fascination with cemeteries began during his school days when he roamed the graveyards with his friends, especially the haunting Krasnaya Etna Cemetery. One fateful day, as a funeral procession passed by, Anatoly witnessed something that left an indelible mark on his impressionable mind. The participants of the procession forced Anatoly to kiss the forehead of an 11-year-old girl lying in an embroidered cap inside her coffin. Though terrified, Anatoly obeyed their strange request, not understanding the significance of that moment. Unbeknownst to him, this unsettling encounter would sow the seeds of an obsession that would later consume his life. As Anatoly grew older, his interest in cemeteries and burial rituals only intensified. He spent hours researching and studying the mysteries of death, burial rites, and ancient practices. He gained extensive knowledge of local graveyards, turning him into an expert in the macabre subject. But little did anyone know that this interest would eventually lead him down a path of darkness and horror. Behind his academic facade, Anatoly lived a secluded life with his parents in their modest apartment. He was a peculiar man, choosing solitude over romantic relationships, and his closest companions were not people but his vast collection of books and dolls. However, everything changed when a series of grave desecrations began to plague the city. The mysterious incidents caught the attention of the authorities, and they initiated an investigation to uncover the truth behind these heinous acts. As the investigators followed the trail of horrors, they were led to Anatoly's apartment. What they found inside was beyond comprehension: a collection of dolls, meticulously dressed and posed, giving the illusion of life. The scene inside the apartment was chilling, a grotesque blend of books, papers, and these life-sized dolls. But the truth was far more horrifying than anyone could have imagined. These dolls were not toys or mere imitations, they were the mummified bodies of young girls and women, stolen from their graves in local cemeteries. The dolls were a disturbing sight to behold. Each had a distinct personality, some holding toys in their hands, while others positioned as if in conversation, creating an unsettling atmosphere of a life frozen in time. Anatoly had crafted each doll with great care, wrapping them in cloth, adorning them with wax masks, and dressing them in various clothing and wigs, giving them the appearance of real girls and women, but they were nothing more than lifeless shells. Shockingly, his own parents lived in the same apartment, completely unaware of the dreadful secret their son had hidden from the world. Their home had become a chamber of death, where Anatoly meticulously preserved the remains of these departed souls, treating them as if they were his own cherished children. As Anatoly's obsession with the dolls grew, he became more and more engrossed in his delusion that they were not lifeless bodies, but the souls of departed children he had saved from oblivion. To him, they were his cherished children, and he would spend hours talking to them, caring for them, and even kissing them goodnight. The first time he kissed one of the dolls was an eerie and surreal moment. It was a moonlit night, and the pale glow filled his apartment as he sat among his collection. The dolls, meticulously dressed and arranged, seemed to come alive under the soft moonlight. Anatoly picked up one particular doll, a girl of around 12 years old with auburn hair cascading over her waxen face. He delicately lifted her into his arms, cradling her like a father would his child. In the dim light, his eyes seemed to glimmer with an unsettling mix of affection and madness. He brought the doll's cold, lifeless face close to his own and pressed his lips against her forehead, just as he had done years ago during that peculiar encounter at the funeral procession. To Anatoly, this act held a profound significance. It was a reaffirmation of his perceived fatherly bond with these departed souls. In his deluded mind, he believed that with each kiss, he breathed life back into the dolls, bringing them comfort and warmth in their eternal slumber. He believed that by doing so, he was giving them a chance to experience the love and care they had been denied in life. To an outsider, the scene would have been deeply unsettling, a man kissing a lifeless mummified body as if it were a living child. But to Anatoly, it was a moment of profound connection and love, a ritual that he repeated often, nurturing his twisted fantasy of parenthood. Little did he know that this bizarre act of affection would eventually lead to his downfall. The more he indulged in his macabre obsession, the closer he came to the scrutiny of the outside world. The truth about his dark secret was destined to come to light, bringing an end to his chilling tale of necropolism. Under psychiatric evaluation, Anatoly was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, shedding some light on the reasons behind his shocking actions. He claimed that he felt compassion for these lifeless bodies and believed he possessed the power to bring them back to life, either through scientific means or dark magic. Anatoly's morbid fascination with Celtic culture and ancient practices led him to embark on this macabre mission, where he sought to give these deceased girls a semblance of life. But as his delusions grew, he began to believe that the dolls were not just lifeless bodies but the souls of departed children whom he had rescued from oblivion. To him, their welfare outweighed any concern for the law, and he saw himself as their savior. The news of Anatoly's arrest sent shockwaves throughout Nizhny Novgorod, leaving the community bewildered by the ghastly secret that had resided among them. The once respected scholar had turned into a necropolist, a collector of the dead. His case became an unprecedented marvel in modern forensic history, forever etching a dark stain on the city's memory. Now confined to a psychiatric hospital, Anatoly's brilliant mind has been consumed by delusions and shadows. The mummified dolls he once adored as his children have finally found peace in their resting places, as authorities returned the bodies to their original graves. And so, the chilling tale of Anatoly Moskvin comes to an end. A man of brilliance and darkness, his life became entwined with the macabre, leading him down a path of horror and obsession. His fascination with cemeteries and burial rituals, once innocent and academic, transformed into a sinister journey of stealing the bodies of the departed to create his eerie collection of mummified dolls. The chilling tale of Anatoly Moskvin serves as a grim reminder that sometimes brilliance can walk hand in hand with madness, and that the most disturbing secrets may be hidden behind the facade of a seemingly ordinary life. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe for more mysteries.